Can I just make the point right from the outset, folks, just so that you're aware of this? All of the performers today are performing without any fees. They're coming here because they support the cause. That's what you call commitment to the cause, brothers and sisters. Can I just make a couple of announcements before I introduce our next speaker? We asked people, if you could, to bring some food for the food bank, loaves and fishes. If you have, there is a big white van at the other end of the square which is collecting food. It's an absolute and damned disgrace that we have families in this day and age relying on food banks. But until we secure our independence, until we guarantee every family in Scotland a decent standard of life, then we have a duty to look after those who are more vulnerable and poorer than us. So please donate to the food bank if you can. We've tried to put on some kids' entertainment. I know it's difficult to keep the kids amused for hours. It's all free, so there's no charge, don't worry about that. It's all free there. There's also t-shirts and flags that you can buy at the side of the stage here. Everything's a fiver, so hopefully not too expensive. Brothers and sisters, the next speaker is someone whom, since I have read about her, watched her on YouTube, and then had the pleasure of meeting her and becoming a friend and a comrade of her, I have to say I am inspired, absolutely inspired by a mother of 5, even a grandmother, although she doesn't look it and she probably won't be happy that I've mentioned that. But here is someone who is struggling with a terminal illness but has refused to succumb, has refused to bend her knee, has refused to allow her spirits to be dampened, and continues to fight for the freedom of our country, for her children and for all of our children, who last week was given and bestowed the wonderful Margot MacDonald Independence Woman of the Year Award. Please give a Freedom Square welcome to Lindsay Jarrett, the indie climber.
Hi everyone. It's always difficult to follow on from anything Tommy says because he's always so passionate when he speaks, and I'm humbled by the way he speaks about me. And also, just before I start on one of my tirades, as I do, I want to thank each and every one of you for all the support you've given me as I've become a bit sicker, and all the support you've given my family. Because without that online, offline, we wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't have the spirit that I've got. I wouldn't be able to be a grandma, as I became a grandma in January to my first ever granddaughter, Lola. Something I never thought I'd see. She's the most amazing little thing. And there's a woman here, Jackie, somewhere from Dundee, who I was stuck in hospital here in Glasgow when my daughter was threatening to give birth very, very early. And she was taken to Dundee because it was the only place there was a cot available for such a young baby. The Yes family got together and they made sure that she wasn't alone in that hospital in Dundee in Ninewells. They came together, they rallied round, and she had everything and more that she needed, and I cannot thank you all enough for that. Thank you. What I want to say here is, you know, I looked at this, we've got 59 seats here in Scotland. One of them is Conservative, Dumfries and Galloway. Let's hope not for much longer. One seat, right? So when you get these unionists and they say to you, well, you know, this is how it is, it's democratic, Westminster is the way to go, and it's up to them what happens. I say to them, well, how would you feel if you lived in a country where one of the 59 seats was Conservative, and yet we were predominantly governed by Conservatives? How is that democratic? I ask you that. We don't want them.
No.
You know, we look at the Lib Dems, are they any better? No, they're not. I come from the Highlands, and Charles Kennedy, we have the pleasure of his company in the Highlands. Now that man has very recently voted against an amendment to the Official Secrets Act. We weren't supposed to know about that, funnily enough. That amendment would have meant that we were entitled to know all the convicted paedophiles who are working within Westminster. They voted against the amendment so that we would never know who they were. I asked Charles Kennedy why. Why are you so keen to hide these people? And do we really want in Scotland a government full of paedophiles? Do we really?
No.
I, for one, as a mother, abhor that. And I cannot believe that anyone would want to hold on to their seat that much that they would vote for that kind of condemnation. I can't believe that. This man, as I say, is up in the Highlands, and we fight really hard to try and get him out, and we are fighting at the moment with obviously the SNP candidate up there. The problem we have is that in the Highlands, quite often people put a cross in the box for the wee local boy, you know, and that's him. And we're fighting a big battle at home. And those of you that are here from the Highlands today, you're doing a fantastic job, because they're out day and night campaigning for the SNP to try and get a shot at this joker. We've also got to remember that we're sat here right now in a Labour council area, aren't we? Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? When the rise in food banks and poverty, and children with no shoes, children with no clothes, children going to school hungry and cold. But we have a Labour council, eh? And let me tell you this, Rachel Reeves, Labour MP, she liked to say that the Labour Party, we're not a party for the unemployed, she tells us. The Labour Party, she tells us, are not a party for those on benefits. Why the hell are we on benefits? Why the hell are we unemployed? Because of the bloody Tories, the red, the blue and the yellow. The Labour Party they can do one. If you're not a party of the people, which you are not, we don't want you either. Your days are numbered. And as for Jim Smurfy, let me tell you something. You are the biggest asset the SNP has ever had. There's one thing I want to say, and it's old news, but Ian Duncan Smith really got on my goat when he said the disabled are not worthy of the minimum wage. I say to him, come face to face with me in a debate and we'll see who's worth the minimum wage. As you know, Gordon Brown is not my favourite person. And lately, his latest tactics are this: they've wheeled him out. 350,000 pensioners within Scotland will receive a leaflet through their door from Gordon Brown telling them once again that their pensions are in danger. When are they going to realise he stole their pension pot years ago? All of you people here today, every one of you make me feel alive. Yeah? Every one of you give me a reason every day to get up, look out the window and go, I've got another day on this planet. Each and every one of you help me do that, and I tell you that from the heart. As you can see, I'm not on my feet anymore. We're kind of I've got a wee bit of nice wheels here. But what I did do today was, because I'm obviously, maybe you might not see me because I'm a wee bit lower down than normal, I put on some luminous tights. Can you see them? I just thought maybe just in case I get lost, you know, I whistle and everything. But you know, I thought I might get lost, you know. Anyway, have a fantastic day. I love you all, and I hope that I can keep coming back and speaking for you. I'm getting a bit weaker. Of that, I can't deny. But I have fantastic friends here. One in Pat Lee, who will be speaking a bit later, who has said that at the rallies that are to come, if you don't see me, he'll have a message from me. So my voice will work, my words will still come to you, but whether it's me delivering them or not, the passion is still there, believe me, okay? And always remember, people get sick, it's life, you know, it's what happens. But what I leave behind when I go are 5 beautiful children, 1 granddaughter, and you guys to look after them, so do the job well. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, let's hear it for Lindsay Jarrett! I'm sure each and every one of you will understand why I said that she is a constant inspiration to me and everyone else in the movement for independence and freedom. Please, when you're feeling a wee bit down and a wee bit tired and maybe your spirits are a wee bit low, remember the words from Lindsay and take courage and take inspiration from her refusal to lie down. Please do that. The next speaker articulates what happened in Scotland during the referendum campaign. Because what happened was Scotland was awakened from its slumber. Scotland was politicised. And Scotland's young people found their voice. Let's put your hand together for one of those young men who during that campaign found his voice and is not prepared to go back in any box. From Bonnybridge, Eden Callaghan, 16 years of age.
Hello. We start by thanking all the Hope Over Fear members for making this day possible. My name's Aidan Callahan and I'm a 16-year-old socialist and activist from Falkirk. I became an activist in the run-up to the referendum, especially in Falkirk Town Centre, where I would help out at the Yes stall with leaflet distribution and canvassing. I wasn't even old enough to vote in the referendum, so I done everything that I could to compensate for that. Just as many others the same as me did. The tricky thing about being a young activist for Scottish independence is facing the older voters. I've no experience of hardships, I've no experience of paying taxes, and I've no experience of voting in elections. And I hope to God that no one used that against me when I was talking to them. But the thing about the referendum though is that it was not about the past, it was about the future. I'll never forget that feeling of emptiness in the morning of the 19th of September. At the time I felt that all that hard work put in was just for nothing. And you know, it was such an anticlimax to the excitement that was shared by 1.5 million fellow Scots. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to show the establishment and the unionists that we're getting stronger and that we're not going away.
Yes! Go!
Hope over fear. It's all in the name. The blatant and pathetic lies and scaremongering conjured up by the media in this country, which robbed us of our independence, is back and now is targeting the SNP. Everyone here today has to stand up and fight back against that and spread the word of a better future for everyone in the whole of the United Kingdom. No austerity, no weapons of mass destruction, and no victimisation of the most vulnerable in our society. It seems an obvious choice when it's laid out like that, but the capitalist press always manage to twist and distort it into stories about radical nationalists who want to cause mayhem. We all need to bring the hope element back into the equation. Hope for an equal and free country. Hope for the end of government corruption. Hope for honesty. And hope for justice and peace world over. The political scene in Scotland is entirely different now post-referendum to what it was. The decision to allow 16 and 17-year-olds to vote gave them an incentive and a responsibility to become politically active and to take an interest, regardless of which side they were on last year, as well as people who are younger, like me. Since the referendum, 40% of the 16 and 17-year-old voters have joined a political party. A quarter, sorry. 40% had attended a campaign event in person. 35% had actively campaigned for a yes or no result. The once dominant Labour Party is now facing wipeout. And Jim Murphy is absolutely not helping. He's doing quite the opposite. And the SNP, who were once considered a wasted vote, have become the third largest political party in the UK in terms of membership. The establishment are so scared of positive change and loss. The establishment are so scared of positive change and a loss of their selfish profits that they've deployed their scare tactics again. I now ask you all in the coming election to make sure that you're registered to vote before turning up at the polling stations. And for those who are registered, to vote tactically for your local SNP candidate. They will get Scotland the better deal it deserves and will also help our brothers and sisters in Wales, Northern Ireland and also England. They of course will also further the cause for Scottish independence, if not secure it by the end of the next Parliament. We can force Labour back to their socialist roots by making sure there is an alternative to austerity. Equal opportunities for everyone, no matter your ethnicity, your gender, your disability or your religion. Awesome. And most importantly, Scotland's voice will be heard. Brothers and sisters, thank you for listening to me today. And there are lots more people coming up next. Great speakers. I'm Aidan Callahan, thank you.
Well done, son, well done.
Put your hands together, folks, for Aidan Callahan. When you listen to 16-year-olds giving you speeches like that, you know that they say we lost the referendum. We won the argument, that's for absolutely sure. Folks, we've got so many bands, so many speakers. We're going to kick on now with Mick, Hargan and Johnny and his All-Stars.
This is Mikey. This is Charlie, she's 12. And that's me, Joe, and that's John. And we're going to sing a couple of songs today. The speech before last, when they said Jim Murphy was the biggest asset to the SNP, it's the biggest asshole I've ever seen. Get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. Come on in the morning, go to bed feeling the same way. I'm nothing but tired, man, I'm just tired and I'm up with myself. Hey there baby, I could use just a little help. Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Message keeps getting clearer. Radio's on the move and around my place. Check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair and my face. I ain't getting nowhere. Ooh, just live in a dark like this. Something happening somewhere. Ooh, baby, I know that it's
Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Feel like any love devil, that's a drop kiss, I'm ready it's on me. Take this road off my shoulder. Come on, baby, laughs on me. Stay on the streets of this town. They'll be carving you up all night. Say you gotta stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just a bystander tonight. I'm looking for some action. Say the city, you're trying to ride this boat. Need a love reaction. Give me one more look. Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. This comes for hire, gotta put you dancing in the dark. Can't start a fire.
oh, you're brave, you're younger, smarter, so strong, harder. Even if it's tired, dancing in the dark. Come on, baby.
Big hands together for Charlie Houston, please. So, good numbers there. Yeah?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So this is a song I wrote in the aftermath of the referendum. It's a song called 45, and it's basically after a conversation I had with somebody that voted no, and they were in turmoil with themselves. And I says, well, this is just the start of it, man. So you've got to do something about it. Do you know what I mean? We voted the SNP. They wanted this in September. Now they're fucking
Just like you, eh? It's alright. I forgive you. As you
Now
keep
they're
like
absolutely bricking it. But they've got us. It's a song called 45. I hope you enjoy it. Who done you, baby? Who done you wrong? Who came in the back door and stole all the gold? Why did you believe them? Why did you let extinguish your hope? Into submission, you say you only had known. Are you ready for the fight? 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 Well, you start tonight. Of a future so bright for all of our children that could start making things right. What must I do? I feel such a fool. Nothing is changing, well, nothing for the good. Are you ready for the fight? 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 We'll just start tonight. We want bread for the people and the pockets in the mouths. We want people retiring before they all fall down. It's not over, baby, so tell all your friends. Something is changing, yeah, well, take it to the end. Are you ready for the fight? 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 Are you ready tonight. Thank you, Joe, John, everybody. Put your hands together for the kids.
Let's hear it for Mick Hargan, Johnny and the All-Stars!